Are you familiar with Google's passage indexing? Are you curious about how you can potentially leverage it to gain an upper hand for your business? Hi, I'm Darcy with the Burke Digital Factory, and today we're going to talk about Google's passage indexing. Back on October 15th, Google released some information around AI and search, and they touched on a topic that they call passages, which they have since called passage indexing. And basically what it is it's an explanation about how Google in the past used to try and understand what an entire page is about and then rank that page for related queries. Now they also want to try and better understand the passages and individual components of that page and help those for ranking. You can think of it this way. If a page is, 90% predominantly about dog content, and there's a section on that page, there's, 10% of that content is about, cats, then previously that cat content probably never would have got surfaced in search, no matter how good it was. It was just so diluted with the dog content. Now with passage indexing, Google can better understand that section of content and potentially rank it for cat-related searches. And that's something that's very important. This is about ranking, not indexing, which is a bit confusing given the name that it's received, passage indexing. Google is not indexing paragraphs of content from pages separately from the pages themselves. That's not what's happening. Rather, they are looking at the specific sections of a page and using those for ranking and not indexing. So since then, there's been a lot of discussion about this topic, and can it be leveraged? Can businesses optimize their pages in such a way to take advantage of passage indexing? And because of that, on November 18th, Search Engine Journal did an interview with Martin Splitt from Google, where they did pretty much an AMA about passages. And a lot of great information came from that video. Now, Martin said a number of times in the video that those of us that already create great content need not worry about passage indexing, as passage indexing is more of a lifeline for pages that contain good information, but they're buried or diluted within the content. He also said a few times that, if you have great content and great pages about a given topic, it's unlikely that passages are going to outrank you for those topics. So that's why I see passages popping up more for queries that return fewer results. Google's using passages to get more content and get more information into its index and use that for ranking so that they can return better results for search queries that already tend to not have a ton of information. Now, that all being said, I have to wonder though, if we can use passages in some way to our advantage. And the thing that comes to mind often for me are service pages. Now, a lot of the times for my customers, what we end up coming across when I take over a new website for SEO is that they'll often have one single page that lists all of their services. And one of the things that I often do is I take that page and I split it out into multiple individual pages where we can talk about the individual service in depth. Now, as long as you can come up with great content for those pages, like photos of past projects, reviews from customers on those specific services, and just great information about why your service is amazing, that should be a good enough strategy and you shouldn't have to worry about passages. But often I find that we can't get that information. We just don't, the businesses don't have all of that quality content that we could use to build out those pages. And what often ends up happening is those pages get built anyway, and they're often populated with thin, lower quality content. Now, in the video, Martin said that the passage indexing was not specifically created to weed out and disincentivize people from creating thin content pages, but I think it could be a side effect. And the reason why I think this could be good for sites is the big downside of creating individual service pages or individual pages for a given topic is that now each of those pages needs to grow their own authority in order to rank. Whereas if you had one single page consolidated with all the information, you could drive links to that page, build links to that one URL, and grow its authority over time. It's a much more focused strategy. So as long as the customer service catalog isn't too large, we could focus on creating one page, focusing all of our link building and optimization efforts on that one URL, and then relying on passage indexing to surface our content for the different services. Now, I'm curious what you guys think about that. Are you more in favor of creating separate URLs for every service or product that you offer, or consolidating them on one page and potentially leveraging passage indexing in order to get those different components to rank and having one authoritative URL over many potentially lower authority URLs? Interested to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. For more information on passage indexing and other tactical SEO strategies, stay connected to Burke Digital Factory, check out our blog, subscribe to our newsletter, and stay connected for more videos just like this. Thank you.